Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's check out the Dave yard. So we were last time looking through all the headstones and trying to figure out who all the the Davids were. This is definitely Dave Grohl, and this, I don't know who all the other Daves are, but let's see. These bones are jumping around to beat the Dickens. They're gonna beat the Dickens out of them. Clever wordplay there. For an approximation of clever, I guess. Alright, so I just now got enough AP to actually use some of my special skills here. So if I do this fan hammer attack, that deals 36 damage, which is enough to whoop the smart-looking skeleton's ass, which is great. What's really funny is I remember that enemy, the smart skeleton from, skull chips? I remember the smart skeleton as an enemy from the original Kingdom of Loathing game. And what you could use the smart skull for was you could combine it with a brain to make a brainy skull, and then you could make the brainy skull into like lots of very useful things. You could make it into maids and stuff like that. It was basically how you made robots. I don't really remember what I used maids for, but I knew that they were a really important item to have. What's the is that lagging?
Think so.
Is there like a weird performance problem?
Is what? Which part are you looking at?
Your screen.
No, but which part of it?
Like when I move around, it looks like there's like a weird frame skip. It doesn't look like it's the right frame FPS.
Try moving around.
Oh yeah, you can't see because I'm not moving around. Oh, okay, that's fine. Never mind.
Yeah, I think
okay.
It's just the game.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Let's I'll have to cut that out of the actual recording when that does go up on YouTube. Which is weird because it's already technically on YouTube in some sort of form or another. Anyway, these remains look pretty useless. Put them down for good. Alright, we got the jump on them this time. Did I say useless? I meant to say restless. I don't even remember what I said at this point. But, wow. So, being able to deal 30 damage to these guys means that for the next couple of zones, I feel like I'm just gonna fly through this game. I feel like it's not even gonna be a challenge. I might actually be... Okay, so I'm probably gonna completionist this game, at least to a reasonable amount anyway. Just because I want to see all the content and I find it, like, very, very amusing. But I think that might end up having the result of me being dramatically over-leveled. We'll find out if the game is able to handle that or not. But let's see, what's this? This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with drawers full of skeletons. Open one, open a whole bunch. We're gonna open a whole bunch. Okay. So we have the skeleton of Tough Dave Ford, the skeleton of Clever Dave Masterson, and the skeleton of Gun-Totin' Dave Maverick. Oh wow. All of the skeletons also have Dave names. Well, that's just special. Okay, let's kill Dave Ford first, I guess. Once I get up to, 5, or, not what was I gonna say? Once I get up to 5 AP, I'll be able to use this spell that hits the entire group of enemies at once, which will probably be really, really awesome. I have no action points remaining. Oh, interesting. Maybe... I don't really know how action points work. I assume that I will regenerate 1 action point for every turn? I guess we'll find out how that works. But, yeah, let's see. I have no action points remaining. Oh! Action points is mana. Okay, that's interesting. So, I think I remember that... No, that's definitely a thing that's unique to this game. There were mana points, not action points, in the Kingdom of Loathing RPG that or the MMO that they used to have. But this time, I guess they have just these action points that recover between fights, and I'm betting that there are items that I can use, like use items that will let me recover my action points to be able to use my skills more often in a given fight here. So, let's see. Perhaps you can sell them to a dental student. Skull chips, some itty-bitty bits of skull. Once they were good for keeping someone's brain salsa inside, but not anymore. And handful of loose teeth. Another one. Cool, so that Oh, interesting. I could probably just keep on fighting Daves over and over again and just level up a lot? Yeah. Huh. Oh, I could use a shoot nanny, and that will probably be really powerful. Let's see how the shoot nanny works. Oh, that sucks. It misses. I didn't realize that it had a chance of missing. Huh. Yeah, I thought that the shoot nanny would just shoot like all the targets and hit them like normal, and they would also do the poison effect on them. Turns out it doesn't seem like it's actually nearly as good as I thought it was. It's not, you know, terrible. I was still able to hit all of them a little bit, but the power strike that I have where I hit one 3 times, looks like it's going to be a lot more effective. Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, interesting. What? These are all targets? The entire battlefield is targets? I had no idea that you could, like, select just random tiles on the ground. Huh. Okay, well, let's just... Yeah, so that might be why the shoot nanny doesn't do what I thought it does, because all these blank tiles also count as valid targets for the shoot nanny. Well, I guess it's more balanced than I thought it would be, because I thought the shoot nanny was going to just be this thing that would allow me to poison entire swaths of enemies at a time. And I thought that that was going to just be like the way I was going to power through the game. Oh well, this isn't the end of the world. I can deal with it, because I still won anyway. I'm doing this fight. I want to look at this a couple of times, because I'm betting that there's probably a hard cap. And I imagine that I probably get a reward for killing everything that's in every Dave that's in the entire Mausoleum. And I'm gonna guess that it will probably be if I do 3, it'll probably be enough to empty out the entire Mausoleum of all enemies. It could just be because in the Kingdom of Loathing RPG, or the MMO, there was a quest that took place in the Mausoleum, where what you needed to do was you needed to kill 100 enemies in the Mausoleum, which took a long time. It was a very, very long quest. However, you could speed it up if you did a couple of special things. So, if I remember, it was things like you had to kill a bunch of skeletons, and you had these novelty items that you could get, basically, that if you used them in a combat with one skeleton, it would kill more skeletons at the end of the fight. Of course, it's an incredibly minor detail about an incredibly old game, so I'm not surprised that I don't remember too much about it. Well, let's see. I'm gonna keep exploring for right now. We'll come back to this in a bit, but I don't want to spend an entire recording session just like futzing around, killing Daves all the damn time. This is a pile of mostly burnt rags that maybe used to be a person. Investigate. You dig through the rags and find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. A gore-splattered scroll. The scroll is almost too covered in blood and viscera to read. Lucky for you that you've gotten all that practice reading inside of a dog. I don't get it. Human ashes. This is a human in the final stage of the whole ashes to ashes thing. Well, part of one at least. A human gets harder to keep track of when it's in powder form. There's also a receipt here. You get an item, robe receipt. This is a receipt for the delivery of 150 black silk robes. Sounds pretty ominous. I'm guessing this is some sort of gothic ritual place that I found myself happened upon. Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. Interesting. I wonder if that doll that I found earlier has something to do with this. Doesn't look like there's anything really going on here except to kill all the Daves. I guess I'll talk to my partner and see what he says. Ooh, spooky. All these dead man's looking at. What do goblins do with their dead? Popping them. Popping them to make new goblins. Never dying. Sort of. I see. Okay. I wonder if what do you think we should do next? Any other ideas? Dirt water, house in the desert, Potemkin gang. Okay, so this little side area, I'm gonna come back here at some point and maybe off camera kill a bunch of the Dave's skeletons and see if anything happens. For now, though, we'll go forth and progressinate here by... Oh yeah, we have an old mission that we can go to. I guess I could also probably go to the... What's it called? Potemkin gang area after this one. That'll be new. The sound of gunfire draws your attention, cautiously, to where you find a goblin shooting a large pistol at some boulders. With the sound of gunfire and pinging ricochets filling the area, the goblin doesn't hear you approach. Talk to it. You are to excusing me? Oh, yes, hello, what? Hello. The rocks. Why to shooting them? For practices. The cracks in rocks to shooting for a crack shot. I to seeing. Hornswoggle them. You do look very good at shooting. Can you to hitting that most small crack on the rock over there? A far one. A difficult shooting. I will try. As the goblin concentrates on making the shot, you rifle through his gear and pilfer his lunch. You got an item. Goblin sandwich. This is both a sandwich for goblins and a sandwich where the meat is goblin. Increases your moxie by 3 for the rest of the day, but decreases muscle and mysticality. Sweet. Okay, anything here? I love how the old mission... I think this is a brand of tortilla chips, isn't it?
Mission Hill?
No, oh, that's a TV show. Oh. I don't know, I guess...
I'll look it up.
I guess missions just all kind of look the same. But it just makes me think of tortilla chips. I hope this area is entirely tortilla chipped as tortilla chip themed as a result. Every time I walk into a pew, apparently my character says pew. You're not a priest, so you shouldn't mess with any of this stuff. There's a lot of candles at the old mission here. Well, I guess we'll talk to the nuns. Sorry, the catacombs are off limits. Oh, but I've always wanted to see a catacombs. Not without Sister Mary's permission, which she's the only other nun here. It's an empty relic case with a spot for a skull, or a pelvis, or a finger bone. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. What's wrong, sister? They came back. They just came back and took them. I couldn't stop them. Whoa, slow down, okay? What happened? Our holy relics. The saints just stormed up out of the catacombs and took them back. Wow. I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. What am I going to do? To start with, take a deep breath and try to calm down, okay? What's your name? I'm Sister Mary. My name's Captain. Now, what's this about saints? Our mission is to protect 3 sacred relics. I'm the relic keeper. It's my specific job to look after them. Wait. Do they call you Memento She shows you the ruler she keeps tucked in her sleeve. No, they do not. Okay, sorry. So what happened? The saints... Oh, it's so horrible. They came to life somehow. They came up out of the catacombs, all skeletal and ghastly looking. I mean, it's probably blasphemy to say that, but I nearly fainted. And they took back their relics? Yes, and if they aren't recovered before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble. How much time is there? Well, actually, he's months overdue, so it's probably not all that urgent. But still. Alright, I'll get them back for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. Are you gonna have to fight them to get the relics back? Because that's probably blasphemous too. I mean, probably? But if black magic brought them back to life, that's like super blasphemous, right? So it evens out. Oh dear, the cardinal is going to want to have a very long talk about this. But go ahead and do what you must, I suppose. Okay. Good luck down there. Let's go. Submission catacombs. Oh. Sort of. Maybe. I don't know. This coffin looks like it was hauled down here fairly recently. It's empty. Alright. So this is the skull has a gold tooth. I guess I'll take it. This was in the ground for a very long time, then in somebody's mouth for a very short time, and now it's in your backpack. I think I already had one of these things. I can just sell it. Alright. It's a precariously balanced pyramid of skulls. They're all riled up and twitching. Kick it over. Are you sure? There's a lot of them, and they're really mad. Maybe angering all of them at once isn't a great idea. This skull is sitting at a weird angle. I guess that's notable for some reason. You tell me, game. The skull was resting on top of a commemorative spoon. Your treasure hunting senses are finally honed, though not very discriminating. You get an item. Souvenir spoon. It's one of those collectible pewter spoons you get from going to the gift shops at different graveyards. This item goes in your offhand. +3 Moxie. That's pretty good. Inventory is full and disorganized. There you go. That's better. Alright. This offhand item, the stench resistance, isn't very good when I could have the +3 Moxie instead, which will increase the amount of damage I do with my ranged weapon, I'm sure of it. Because what this does, if a ranged attack, a goblin would do 3 damage, but your Moxie is 1 higher than the goblins, it'll do more damage. So that will hopefully do more damage. I imagine that I'm probably a lot more Moxious than goblins, though. Okay, this skull is whispering at you. That doesn't seem right. Listen closely. It sounds like gibberish, though really creepy gibberish. It's an empty alcove. There's a little serial number written below it. Oh yeah, this is where that skull you found goes. Put it back. There we go. Safe and sound. Oh, alright, cool. So here's the deal. I'm gonna... I don't know if I should kill anything. Let's keep exploring and then get into fights later on. Oh, I need to get a pickaxe before I can do that section. And I think I might have... Yeah, so let's do the pickaxe. I'm not going to fight anything yet. Let's go to the pickaxe area and sell off all my items that are used for, you know, nothing. And they're just meant to be sold. And then hopefully they'll let me buy a pickaxe and I'll be able to, you know, get to the treasure at the bottom of the skull pile. Okay, let's see. So, sort by meat value. I'm assuming is what this is. Sort by new or sort by AZ. Alright. This one I can sell. Let's see. I wish there was just a way to display all of my, like, useless items and just sell them at once. Things like, I don't know, the skull chips, for example. Wait, did those come from the mission? I don't know. I'm gonna just sell all these and not think about it too much. I'm gonna sell that. And pickaxe is 900. Shit, okay. So even if I sell everything that's probably not worth anything except to be sold, I won't have enough money to actually buy the pickaxe. So I'll need to do some gambling instead. If that's the case, then I'm going to just head back up to the old mission and kill a bunch of things. And, oh, before I do that, let's talk to Wandering Sally. She's a trader. Wanders all around these lands, care to see the wares, sure thing. Interesting. It's a zone. Alright. So she sells bar of soap, pickaxe, needles. I'll buy the needles. These are probably better than my current boots. This is probably also pretty decent. +1 to all my stats is not exactly a bad item to have. And the rest of these don't seem too useful. So let's check what my current lapel item is. It is a smoking chrysanthemum, which is totally useless because I don't do any spells. So if I buy the marigold, and let's check my boots as well. +1 maximum AP. And these are maximum AP and +1 armor, so they're better than what I currently have, but I also can't afford it. Oh well. The Lucky Marigold is already good enough. And the description on it is you're not so lucky for the marigold. But actually, marigolds aren't conscious, so they can't really conceive of good or bad luck. There we go. Cool. So, and for people who are asking, yes, this horse is called El Wongle. Let's go to the old mission and check that out next time. Thank you all for watching, and then we'll also read what this is next time. Thanks for watching. Or you can read it right now. I guess I can't really stop you. If I hear that any of you pause the video and read it out to yourselves, then I swear to God, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to have a